So, holiday history with
Holiday
Becca and Quilly.
history.
Welcome to the BBT podcast. I'm Becca.
And I'm Quilly.
We're friends that are just trying to be better together.
Join us to hear about what it's like to be in between Gen Z and millennial identities.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. 'Tis the season to be listening to us. Imagine yourself sitting in front of a fireplace with Becca and Quilly.
Today we are what are we?
What are we today?
Wait.
Are we time traveling? We're kind of time traveling.
We're kind of time traveling. That's kind of where I was going with that.
Yeah.
But then I was like, are we time traveling? Time traveling.
Well, we are. We're time traveling into Christmas past.
Yes, we are.
Time traveling into Christmas past to bring you stories of why and how, the whys and hows of Christmas, or just like holiday stuff, holiday traditions. So welcome to the BBT Pod.
The first ever Christmas special. Cool, we've made it so far.
Yeah, we started in February 2021, and here we are, December 2021.
And we are ready with stories.
I'm so impressed, actually. How do we do that? And thanks to those of you who listen to every single episode. I don't know if you exist, but thank you.
We know from our, our stats on Spotify that there are a few of you that listen to most of our episodes.
Yes.
So, to those of you out there,
big hearts, big hearts.
Love you, heart you. Or if you've even listened to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We appreciate
like your favorite parts. Speaking of which, shall we give them a quick overview of what we're covering today?
So today, Quilly and I, like we said, we're traveling back in time. And we're talking about the traditions and origins of those traditions. So where did Santa Claus come from? Where did gift giving come from?
What are advent calendars? Why do we see red and green all over the place? I'm so sorry for people who are red and green colorblind. I kind of just realized that. But like the colors for Christmas is red and green for a lot of places. So why?
Yeah. So I think a common element of Christmas is giving gifts. Everyone knows what this is. It's like the main thing in our so capitalistic society that we live in. So the tradition of gift giving has roots in festivals of ancient Romans.
Oh, all roads lead to Rome.
The Romans celebrated this holiday called the Festival of Saturnia, which took place from December 17th to the 23rd. And this is where thanks was given to the bounty provided by the agricultural god of which planet?
Saturn,
exactly.
Yeah, I was listening. Saturnia. I made the connection. Thank you very much.
It was celebrated with a sacrifice and a public banquet and gift giving. So gifts were exchanged. Yes, a sacrifice. A sacrifice to the gods.
A human?
Of Saturn.
Or?
No, I think it's the animal, probably.
Okay, I was like...
Yeah, a human sacrifice.
Like, how come my story also has that?
oh.
Okay, but you sacrifice?
I mean, yeah, it might have been human. Might have. Who knows? So, gifts were exchanged on December 19th. And this was called Sigillaria.
Oh. Sigillaria,
yeah.
like signal? Malaria? Signal? No, I'm sorry.
I know, I also thought of malaria. The Romans exchanged modest gifts like candles, seasonal gifts, and gag gifts. So like prank gifts, which were used to amuse and scare the other guests.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
and
fun.
You know what's interesting? The etiquette is that the lowlier the gift, the stronger the bond that you have with that person.
Oh, okay. So if you give you used tissue, it would be like, Becca, I love you the most.
Yeah, the best friends forever.
Ah, I see. That makes sense because you're like trying to flex to people that you don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. You give them big gifts because you just like don't know them that well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gift giving, how did that become a part of the Christian holiday that we know as Christmas now?
Yeah.
Well, in AD 312, the conversion of Emperor Constantine to Christianity signaled the end of these pagan traditions. So the theory is that they couldn't simply ban Saturnia, so they used many of the traits of the festival to establish Christmas. So now the custom of gift giving was associated with the three wise men giving gifts to Jesus, and also possibly the pagan saint Nicholas of Myra, who was famed for his finances of gift giving. Yeah, so now instead of it being associated with this other holiday that they had called Singularia, now it was associated with the three wise men in the Christmas story.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know it came from Rome. All roads lead
Yeah,
to
I
Rome.
know. A lot of the Christmas traditions, when I was doing my research for this, a lot of them came from Germany.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Right? So I thought this one would also be. But I guess this one dates even farther back. Like how gift giving even started. And then, yeah, so as time went on, Christianity spread, and so did the celebration of gift giving at Christmas. And that eventually came to North America.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, where it became what it is now.
Yeah, Rudolph and Santa Claus and ho-ho-hos and Frosty the Snowman. Wow, thanks for sharing. Honestly, yeah, I had no idea it linked back to Rome. Very cool.
Yeah, me neither.
A lot of things happen in December, though. I think that's why it's interesting how they're all in December. I guess that's like the end of the year where it's cold and everyone just wants to get together and then stuff happens. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Guess
yeah, okay.
so.
When you mentioned St. Nicholas of Myra, I was like sweating a little because I was like,
she's stealing my content.
No. It's more like, does she know? Because I put multiple choice questions in mine. And I'm like, oh no, if you read it, it's not going to be fun anymore. But it'll still be fun for the listeners.
Okay.
Ready to hear about Santa Claus?
Yes, I am. I'm excited.
Okay, so who is this Santa Claus? Alternate names you might have heard include Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, Sinterklaas. I'm sorry, I can't. A lot. Okay, so there's a lot of legends surrounding this man. Very interesting. Now let's talk about the real Santa Claus. Okay, so it was rumored, but it's kind of known, kind of said that Santa Claus is a monk named Saint Nicholas from sometime between 280 AD, originating in Patara. So here's my first question of the day. Patara is near modern day 1 or A, Turkey, B, Finland, C, Norway, or D, the North Pole.
Ooh.
Take a guess, guys. Where is St. Nicholas from?
I'm going to guess Finland.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The answer is modern day Turkey, in a place called Myra, which is where you mentioned the what is it? The Bishop of Myra? Him. St. Nicholas.
St. Nicholas, yep.
All right. So as Becca had mentioned, he's known for his kindness. He's a subject of a lot of legends, and I'm going to share with you a couple of very interesting ones. So the first one is called 3 blank maidens. Okay, if I give away the blank, it's not going to be fun anymore. So I'll say the full name at the end of the story. So one time, he saved 3 sisters from being sold into slavery / prostitution by their father. Here's the second question of the day. By which means did he manage to do this? A, leaving an anonymous letter to the father with a recipe for mulled wine that allowed the father to start a business. B, throwing bags of gold into their house through the windows. Or C, finding men in the aristocracy who didn't care about wealth to marry the daughters. How did he save these daughters?
How did he save these
B, or
daughters?
C?
I'm gonna go with... Wait, what was B again?
Throwing bags of gold into their house through the windows.
This is Saint Nicholas, right? This is the
Yes.
Nicholas person.
Nicholas, how did he save these poor sisters from being sold into slavery/prostitution by their own father?
But what would the gold have done?
Exactly why I didn't put the full name of the story.
Okay, I'm gonna say because of Santa Claus as we know today, right? Going into people's houses and leaving stuff in the houses, right? I'm leaning towards B.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Ding, ding, ding. One for one. So basically the story is called The Impoverished Maidens. And let me give you the reasoning why. So by providing them with a dowry, they could be married because back in those days, young women's families had to have something of value, so a dowry, to offer bridegrooms. The larger the dowry, the better the chance the young woman would be able to find a good husband, which is unfortunate. Well, what is this, huh? But basically, without one, they'd be unlikely to marry and destined to sold into slavery or even worse.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how he saved these 3 maidens. And sometimes you see paintings of like St. Nicholas like throwing balls of gold into windows and stuff. It's basically based on this story. I got another story about St. Nicholas. It's called The 3 Blank Boys. I left out another one again. So basically, an evil butcher in the hometown of Myra hated children. So he kidnapped 3 small boys. Now question, what did he do with these boys? Okay. 1, A. He chopped them up with an axe and pickled them in a barrel. B. He made them his slaves to work in his shop. Or C. He sacrificed them in a human ritual to make his store more prosperous. Which is why I laughed when you mentioned ritual in the first part. But yeah, sacrifice. I mean, when you mentioned sacrifice.
I know you mentioned sacrifice, so I'm going to... I have a feeling it might be dark like that.
Do you think Quilly's mind is able to conjure up something like that as one of the multiple choice answers, or was it real?
Yeah, let me think. I feel like, okay, the slave thing sounds like elves, you know?
Oh.
But then is that too obvious? Is that too, like, of course Becca would think that, so I'm going to put that as B. Also, if 3 options are given, Becca's more likely to choose B.
Yo, when I was making these, I was like, I'm gonna play mind games. The order matters.
The order does matter. So I'm gonna put C.
Okay.
Of earlier events.
So Becca picked C, which is sacrifice them in a human ritual to make his store more prosperous. And that is wrong. Fortunately, that is wrong. B. But then the actual answer is A.
Oh,
he chopped them up with an axe and pickled them in a barrel. So
I don't think that's any better, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. It's not better at all. So basically, the story is officially called The 3 Pickled Boys. Which I don't want to say that. Okay, so basically, after he did that, St. Nicholas came by. He heard of these horrors. He showed up and he prayed really hard to God. He prayed so hard. And then the boys were raised to life. Like, whole. Like, they became whole and came out of the barrel singing hallelujah and giving thanks to God.
After he pickled them.
Yeah, so after they've been pickled, St. Nicholas came by and he was like, you bad guy, I'm going to pray so hard that these kids come back to life. And they did.
Wow.
Yeah, so he resurrected them, basically. And actually, fun fact, Godiva chocolate actually produced a large solid chocolate of St. Nicholas, a figure of him, which featured 3 boys in a pickle barrel at the bottom. So this story is official. Okay, there's one last question. And it's regarding, it's like in the last, okay, let me just get to the last section. His death. The R.I.P. So basically, yeah, so we're finally at the R.I.P. of the man himself. Basically, he died December 6th, Yeah, and then this is when some people celebrated as the anniversary of his death, right? It was a big day for a lot of people before Christmas, I think. So it was traditionally considered a lucky day to make large purchases or like get married and stuff. And then, so basically he was the most popular saint in Europe during the Renaissance period after his death. And his earthly body was laid to rest in a marble tomb in the crypt of his own cathedral church in Myra, so Turkey. So now, question. What can be seen or obtained from St. Nicholas's tomb that is still continued to this day? I only have two options for you here. A, tiny orbs of light known to bring peace and calmness to those who see it. Or B, liquid from his bones.
Liquid from his bones?
Until today. So
Until today?
From like 100 something AD to today.
Or what's the other one? A light.
Tiny orbs of light that, like, if people see it, it brings peace and calmness to them.
But where are the lights? They're just there?
Like in his tomb. And the water would be in his tomb too, like the liquid.
They both are very suspicious. So I don't know what to
Watch them both be lies.
Cooley wouldn't do that to me.
True question.
I'm gonna say the peace and joy one. Wait, what does the liquid do?
It just says, I just put liquid from his bones.
Oh, it's just liquid from his bones.
I would assume it also brings peace and calmness. It's probably like a potion, you know.
No, peace and calm potion.
Peace and calm potion. So they do the same thing because he's a nice guy, okay? Just, is it a light or is it water? They have the same effect, okay? It's just what form it takes, you know? Physics.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with the light.
A final answer?
Yes.
It's wrong.
Oh my gosh,
I made it up. Okay, guys, disclaimer, everything else, all the options that were wrong were completely made up by me. Please do not take it as fact. But yeah, it's liquid from his bones. So basically, from his tomb flows a fountain of what they call manna that has continued until this day. And they call it manna, and earlier reports describe it as an oil, but I think they did testing recently that's confirmed that it's water. And it was believed widely to be a cure-all, so basically an antidote to like everything. And then for hundreds of years, this manna has been collected. Like actually, like I think they collect about 50 milliliters a year, and they still do that. And basically what they do is they collect it, they mix it with holy water, and then they put it in a small glass vial that has like St. Nicholas's picture on top. And it's an actual thing. You guys can look it up. Basically, they sell it to pilgrims, right? And then basically they kept producing this manna until like 1953 when they had to restore the basilica where he was buried at, right? And then when they opened the tomb, the incomplete skeleton, I think parts of his bones were actually lost during the transportation of his body, which I didn't actually look into that too much. But basically, they found that it's resting in a shallow pool of liquid, of his manna. And then they studied the body, and then they found that it was a man in his 70s, which matched the story of St. Nicholas passing away at like 74. And then when they left the relics on like a linen sheet, it also collected moisture.
Oh.
Very interesting.
Damn.
So they put the bones back when they were done.
Man.
I know, what a moist man. But basically they put the bones back afterwards and it continues excreting until today. And people have looked into like whether the tomb is like sealed from the outside or stuff, or could this water be coming from outside? And it's confirmed that it's not. So it's coming from his bones. Bro.
That's very interesting.
So now, how did he come to America, right? Yeah. I was shocked too when I first heard this. I was like, I first heard this story on Puppet History, so if you guys want to, like, that's where I got inspiration for this. But basically, he came into American pop culture around like the 18th century, and then basically New York brought him in by illustrating in like, they took Santa Claus from his Dutch nickname Sinterklaas, and then there's a New York Historical Society that distributed like different woodcuts of St. Nicholas at like their, with the background of Santa images, like stockings filled with toys and fruit hung over a fireplace and stuff. So that's how he started to get into America, and that's when they changed him to the jolly old Saint Nick instead of the Turkish man. not a white man, by the way. But
yeah.
let's just but yeah.
Oh, interesting. So is the image of Saint Nicholas similar
No, it's
to
not.
what? Okay.
Like similar to like what we know as like a jolly old Saint Nick.
Yeah.
It's not. So if you look at pictures and stuff, he looks like basically a monk. He's usually bald, and he does have a beard though, but his skin is not white. And he doesn't.
Okay.
He's not fat because like he's not the jolly old Saint Nick that we all see nowadays.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool, dude.
Wow.
Thanks for playing the game.
I enjoyed the game. That was
Yay.
fun. Okay. Next story. We talked about Santa Claus and gift giving. Now we're going to go take it back to the Advent calendar.
Oh, yeah.
So
Advent calendars. Chocolates.
Yeah. Advent calendars now are more than just chocolates, though. I don't know if you've heard about the Chanel Advent calendar. That
oh my
is,
god. Like, what, 50K?
It's like, I don't know how much it is. It's really expensive, but the stuff in it is not that expensive. So there's a lot of controversy surrounding this Chanel Advent calendar.
Oh my god,
and you see
tell
it
me
all
more.
over TikTok. Yeah, there's this girl on TikTok who's been like opening the different doors of the Advent calendar every day. And then she's just showing it. Like, she's not saying too much bad stuff about it, but she is saying like, this is super cheap, you know? It's like one of the boxes just had stickers. And it's really expensive. I'm pretty sure the box is like $700 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's been opening it, and then Chanel got really annoyed by that, and they
got
blocked her, I
annoyed
think.
that she was promoting their product?
They got annoyed that she was like talking bad about it.
Okay, well, we live in a society where there's free speech. Okay, and we live in a society the negative way too. So like, isn't publicity still publicity?
That's what I was saying too. I feel like a lot of people are still gonna buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's Chanel.
So exactly.
Capitalism,
so they're still getting publicity.
consumerism.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Advent calendar. Advent, the word Advent means
Advance.
the arrival.
No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of. The
arrival, okay, of something?
Okay, yeah.
In the future?
Yeah, it's the arrival of a notable person, thing, or event. So in Christianity, Advent is a period right before Christmas, which is like when the Christians await the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. So the Advent calendar itself has origins in Germany. So in the early 19th century, German Protestants began to mark the days of Advent either by burning a candle every day or marking walls or doors with a line of chalk.
Oh.
So it's just like a tally.
A countdown, of like when.
Yeah, just a countdown. Okay. We love countdowns.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Days until Christmas.
Exactly. How many days till Christmas?
Days until something. My birthday.
Exactly. Days until we post a new episode. Okay, so then the printed Advent calendars emerged in the 20th century, where someone named Gerard Lang created a calendar with small doors.
The ones you pop
open. Yeah. So in the past, though, these small doors had Bible verses behind the door, and then they would have like a traditional picture with it. So, unfortunately, shortly before the war, Gerard Lang's business closed, and then
World War II?
World War II.
All right.
Yeah, and then because of the Nazis rationing the cardboard and banning printed calendars with images, he did not continue his business. But then after the war, someone else named Richard Selmar of Stuttgart obtained a permit from US officials despite the paper shortage to print calendars once again. And then his company, Selmar Verlage, to this day is celebrating its 70th anniversary. And it remains one of the most important producers of these type of calendars. Mm-hmm. And then calendars filled with chocolate began to appear in the late 1950s, around the time they also began to spread around the world.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so that's how it kind of started.
My first memory with an advent calendar was in elementary school French class. And my teacher would bring in the super big ones where they would come with like a big piece of chocolate in each door. And then each day a different student got to open it based on like our last name or something.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
And then would that student get the chocolate?
Yeah. That student gets the chocolate.
That's
so it's pretty fair. Like each student gets at least one. Do you use advent calendars, like the month ones, or like do you celebrate more of the in the Christianity way?
I have not. I don't think I've had an advent calendar before.
I bought one for myself last year, and it was the Lego Harry Potter one.
Really? Wait, what was inside?
It was, so each day, it was the Yule Ball theme that year. Like, they have a different theme every year. And then the Yule Ball theme, so one day would be, like, a tree, and another day is, like, a megaphone, a piano, and then they also scattered the characters. So the character were Harry, Hermione, Ron, and then the two Patels, Padma, and I forgot the other girl's name. But the two Patels were also there, and they had slight differences. Luna wasn't there. But they had, like, couches. They had the golden egg from Triwizard Tournament. Because that was the Yule Ball, right? Now, I'll see if I can find it and attach a picture.
So then you just have those to add to your Lego sets?
Yeah, exactly. And then the box itself, like, opens up and it sits up. And then it has, like, a scene in it. So you can place them on the lid of the box and it looks nice. Yeah, I wanted to buy the one this year, too. But I was saving money. But yeah, they're so fun. One year was, like, a Hogwarts Express or whatever, or like the first movie, but they base it on like a different scene each year.
Wow. I want an advent calendar though.
Get it.
The problem is I always forget to get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to prepare.
You have to plan ahead.
December.
Yeah, you have to buy it in like October before it sells out.
Exactly. Like you have to know which advent calendar you want in advance and then buy it before December.
Yeah, otherwise you're like, oh, I want to open a door today, but I didn't buy one.
I know, and I don't want to buy one when it's already December. And then I don't want to like go back and open like 5 doors at once. So then it's like too late now. You know?
I mean, if you do that, it's just like a big present. So just buy it now.
Yeah, just open all of them.
They have really cute ones. Like they have I know that Lego has a lot for like different Lego sets and series, but I'm sure they have like different candles. I've seen that. Or like different food coupons.
Yeah. Like different types of food, not just chocolate. They also have one for like cheese, I think. Like wine, makeup.
Yeah, it's such a good way to sell stuff.
It is.
Consumerism.
Mini things.
Christmas is consumerism.
And like, it's such a good way for companies just to get rid of all of those small things.
Yeah, the little giveaways.
Like, we can't sell this product. Can we just put it in the advent calendar?
Yeah. And then if you're like a mystery advent calendar company, you can just get like discounted items from everywhere, like the stock that people don't want, and then put them in.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh, I've seen ones with like different size boxes too, where you open up like it's like one is slim, one is fat, and then they have like different things inside. Very cute, very cute.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, advent calendars are fun. I'm gonna remember next time.
Yes,
I remember. Plan early.
2022.
Like
set an alarm right now.
Setting an alarm right now. I'm gonna plan out which advent calendar I want, and then I'm gonna go and seek it out in November.
Exactly.
Before December starts.
Yes. And
then I have a week. Yeah. Then I have a week to stare at it and be like, oh my gosh, it's almost December.
And then you'll get hyped and then you'll be excited to open it every day.
Exactly.
Nice. our last story of the day. Actually, so where have we gone? We've gone to Rome. We've gone to Turkey. We've gone to the United States.
Germany.
Yes, sorry, forgot. So we've gone to 4 places. Why don't we add one more to our list? We're going to Mexico.
Ooh, I had a feeling it was from Mexico.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So cultured. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to start the legend now. A young girl named Pepita was sad that she didn't have a gift to leave for baby Jesus at Christmas Eve services at church. So her cousin tried to comfort her and said that Jesus would love any present from her, even nothing. I added that part. It's not there. I actually cut off the word in half and I don't know what it is. But when she got there, she was like on the way to the church and then she saw weeds on the ground. So she picked them and then she brought them to the church. And when she got there, she left the weeds at the bottom of the nativity scene. And all of a sudden, magic noises. They transformed into beautiful red flowers. And this is why Christmas colors are red and green. She picked green weeds for context. So then from that day on, these flowers, poinsettias, before they were known as poinsettias, they were known as Flores de Nochebuena, or Flowers of the Holy Night. And then poinsettias got their American name from Joel Roberts Poinsett, which I don't understand. Why can't you just call it the original name? I don't, like, why is it named after the guy who brought it here? But he was the first U.S. ambassador to Mexico, so he brought them to the States in the early 1800s, which I still understand why they're called poinsettias, but the story is so cute. So they just miraculously changed from little green leaves to red, and then
they're so festive. I love poinsettias. They're
so right? So that concludes our first Christmas special about the origins of some Christmas traditions.
The history of Christmas, if you will.
Yes. We can continue this series next year.
Yeah.
In 2022.
Stay tuned for history lesson number 2.
Yeah, subscribe just to hear that.
Yeah. We're your history channel. Only for well, actually there might be more in 2022, you never know.
Yeah, we might talk about oh my god, dude, let's talk about the history of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we could do all of those holidays. Oh my god. We could be Valentine's holiday Day. History.
Yes. Oh, the name. You know that point in the movie where the name of the movie is spoken? Like Interstellar or the Chamber of Secrets. Oh, that just happened. Yeah. That just happened right now.
So holiday history with
holiday
Becca and
history. Oh my god,
so it rhymes too. It rhymes.
Holiday history with Becca and Chloe. Oh my god, this is so good. You guys are watching the birth. Wow. Our minds are most active at 10 p.m. at night. This is why we get more done at night on weekday nights instead of Sundays.
I know. This is why we have our meetings on Wednesday nights.
If you guys have suggestions, please tell us. No one leaves comments. Like, come on, guys.
I know. Come on, guys. Give us comments. Like, we just want to.
We saw you. Stuff. There's over 100 views on our last video. Okay.
Yeah. All we want is a comment or two. Anything.
Yeah, just like, oh my god, can relate, or like first, we always get it first on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't we get that here?
Yeah, YouTube, it's so hard. And I mean, if you're on Spotify, I don't blame you. Like, you're probably not even listening right now because you're like, oh, the stories are done. Well, anyways, the stories are done for today.
And so are we.
Yeah.
And
we're kind of tired.
Episode.
Work is draining.
Life is so draining.
Subscribe to us on, I think you can subscribe on Spotify.
Yep.
Follow on Spotify, follow on
Follow.
Instagram. Check out, if you want to find all these links, we have a really nice Beacons page that has everything, including our latest episodes on both listening and viewing platforms. That's where you can find all the links. You can also find the link to submit your own stories. You think Santa Claus's story is not good enough? Submit your own. One up Santa Claus. One up St. Nicholas, the nicest man alive that his water cures people. One up him. I dare you. Submit your story right now. Link below.
Do it. Do it.
Yep, link
Any
below or
story.
on our Insta. Find it.
Maybe it could even be fictional. We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know.
exactly.
No one's gonna
We could
know.
have a
We
competition.
don't even know who you are.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
anonymous.
We actually have some good stories on there that we haven't told yet, but if you're listening,
Yeah.
it'll come.
Don't worry. We're gonna get to it.
Yes, they're archived properly, so don't worry. They're archived on Google.
We don't forget. We don't forget. We don't have comments to read, so we just be reading our stories on there.
Yeah. Okay. Good night. Good morning.
Okay.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.